Welcome to the OFX podcast. I'm Dave Claxton. Along with me, as always, is the short round of super shoes, Bethany McChesney. Do you get the short round reference?
No.
Ah, Indiana Jones. One of his sidekick characters was a young boy they call Short Round.
I don't remember that.
I like to try to throw these things at you sometime, Beth.
I mean, I think I watched Indiana Jones because I remember a scene of him in a pit with snakes, but I don't
Yes,
really remember
you
it.
know, yeah, that is correct. But you got it right though. There's snakes in the pit.
Yeah. But then I don't remember if I actually watched it or if I've just seen that scene replayed.
I was hopeful, like in yours and Jeff's relationship, that he would help you get caught up on some pop culture.
A couple of things.
But I think it may have backfired and you may be making him miss some pop culture.
I think it worked that way. Yeah.
So
He's
anyway,
fine.
yeah. How's it going? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we're struggling through another cold spell, another long run on a treadmill.
hmm by the way, Cheryl loved your Algeria story.
Oh man, the messages I've got about this story. Sometimes I really do feel like I have these like stories in a vault where I'm like, this actually really did happen in my life. And it's kind of a really good story now, but I lived some really interesting things in my 20s.
So Rye wasn't listening when we recorded that one.
Mhm.
And she did listen to it, but she didn't get through the whole thing. So you told that story at the end. And so somehow it came up and she's like, "Hey, Beth, I never heard Beth's story." And I said, "Well, it was right at the end." She goes, I didn't get it." And then so she goes, "Well, give me the gist." And I told her and she's like, "That chick's done a lot of interesting stuff."
I know. And there's more even to that whole adventure. Like then we went, the six of us Ontario athletes went to Paris and in we had this tiny one bedroom apartment rented in Paris for six of us and we didn't really care, we're students. And the day after we got there, the red shirt riots started. Like
Oh.
basically outside our apartment. So the entire downtown of Paris was shut down. And again, same, we didn't have social media and didn't really know what was going on. And you're kind of walking through this massive riots and businesses are boarding up their windows and we didn't really understand why. And we realized later it had to do with like tuition increases and stuff in universities. And like, I don't know, maybe this is not safe. And we're just kind of like moseying through Paris, drinking our super cheap wine. And like, we just finished racing at a world championship. So we're like in our off season and we're like, oh, this is super weird. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it was a really interesting time in Paris even after that. And it's these things that like I lived through where I read about it later and I'm like, oh, the civil war in Algeria, I was there. Oh, the red shirt riots in Paris. Oh, I was there during that. A little bit oblivious, the 20-year-old me. Um, but yeah, I did. Yeah, I've lived through a couple things.
I get jealous sometimes because all of this stuff, like stories from my past, most of them are not tellable on public. Like, I mean, you've heard some, and it's like, even telling you, I'm like, I don't think I should start this story. This is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, I think I have some of those too, but
So I'm just now looking at this, and for reference, most people don't watch this. Most people listen, I think. But and I don't think Best noticed it. I just noticed this, that possibly my background is possibly not the best thing going on right here.
oh, I didn't look, but now I did.
I'm not at my place.
Well, your backdrop has changed every week, the last couple of weeks, so.
Yeah, yeah. Well, again, like I'm nomading right now, so we'll go back hopefully in a couple weeks. Realistically, it's almost time to go back to campground life.
Mhm.
So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Very, very excited. Um, okay, so today I wanted to talk about something. So we got like, and it was Heather White posted a story, and it got me thinking. And I read the she posted shared a story anyway, so I read about Lindsey Vonn, the American skier, and I guess the backstory. And you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but the backstory is she was going into the Olympics this year with a torn ACL, a
Yeah.
non-existent ACL,
Yeah, 100% tear.
100% tear, and she is a downhill skier, which is ludicrously fast and hard, and it's a lot of leg power,
Mhm.
lot of leg power, a lot of knees. So she did go to the Olympics and she had a wipeout, um, big crash. I believe she had to get airlifted off the mountain. I think she's okay as far as I know.
From her Olympic crash?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they've been a little bit quiet about it, but she did break her leg.
but I mean, she didn't die. Like,
Oh, no, no, no. No.
she's
Little,
not, hey, great, but
yeah, no. Hmm.
so, um, a lot of people, a lot of comments and stuff, and the particular post I read basically, and this is what started, and this is what drew Heather's attention was, and well, I guess Bridges versus people condemning her for even going with the bad knee injury, and I guess that's where we'll start is. So if you have an injury like that, is performing courageous or foolish?
Yeah, I've been following this kind of closely from before the crash because she's 41 years old. This is her fifth Olympic Games as far as I recall. And she took 6 years off. She was kind of retired, decided to come back. So to me, I kind of put myself in her shoes.
Mhm.
I'm 41 in 2 weeks. And we're kind of at that age where you're questioning, am I done? Could there be a couple more years and this is a woman who's been probably the most decorated downhill skier in the US. And she earned her spot on this team and still one of the best skiers in the circuit. And injuries happen in sport, and there's no question about that. And so she had a significant fall, I think 8 weeks before the Olympics, 100% tear of the ACL. So there was there was judgment before about whether she should be skiing or not. And I was kind of following the stories too about her rehab process and the testing to make the decision whether she was going to race or not. And ultimately, they decided that she could race. So, but it was interesting because then when the fall happened, the judgment on her for racing, anyways, was so negative. And it was so interesting to me because there was, I thought a lot about, well, what if she didn't crash?
Mhm.
And she meddled, would she have then been a hero? And but because the crash happened, then they blamed the injury. And I think a lot of the criticism too was that, like, she's older, what does she have to prove? And why, what did one more race in the Olympics have to say for her? And I thought about this a lot too, because there was a part of me that thought, in some ways too, my initial thoughts were that with people looking up to athletes like her and the younger generations, I don't love that, younger generations would think that racing and training through injuries is necessarily always the right choice.
Mhm.
Because I was like a young me. I trained and raced through a lot of things that I really shouldn't have in my younger years. But there was a part of me that thought that that's just kind of how you do it.
Yeah.
But I think what people don't realize with her was that she has dealt with knee injuries throughout her career, and she has titanium in her one knee, and she's rehabbed herself to a point that her body is very adapted to these situations. And they did a lot of testing to make sure that she was capable of the demands of what she was about to do. And she had 100% tear of the ACL, which means now she has less stability. But the interesting thing is she probably wasn't fighting through pain
Hmm.
because it's just gone. So it's not like it's hanging on by a thread, it's gone. So she had her knee brace on, and they did multiple tests, and they went through this same ski run, and she handled it fine. So it's not like they were making an irresponsible decision. She's at a level of sport where she has the best of the best doctors and people around her making these decisions with her. So it was not a decision that was taken lightly for her to compete still at this level. They tested her body, and she had the neuromuscular adaptations and the control that she could have handled this run.
Yeah.
Anybody could have fallen. It what had nothing to do with the knee why this fall
Yeah, yeah.
happened.
It doesn't appear to.
Yeah. The way that she was skiing, she took a tight turn to make her run faster. She clipped the flag and she fell, which could have happened to anybody. So that fall would have happened whether she had her ACL tear or not. And I think people are really projecting their own feelings around their own. If this was me, I would have never done it. But most of us have never been in the position where we might have one more Olympic Games. Olympics is very different. We're not talking about, the weekend warrior road racing and stuff. Like this is a big deal. And realistically, this is our last chance to compete at an Olympic Games. So would you have put a brace on your knee and raced it? Probably. Most of us probably would have done it. And if we had the team around us that she had, where they did all the testing done that she had, and we determined that she could handle it, I think we all would have done the same thing. So the judgment that's been on her is so unwarranted on her behalf. And the post that we're talking about had a lot to do with the fact that she's a woman.
Well,
And
that was going to be the next part of it. Yeah.
if she was a man, would it have been different? And I do believe it would have been different if she was a man, because men are more likely to be taught to, tough it out. And I made this analogy too about, hockey players, they get stitched up on the on the side of the bench practically, and then they're thrown back out there, or they tape up their broken thumb or whatever, and then they get thrown back out onto the field, and they're praised for being super tough. But a woman decides to go through all the protocol to determine that she's capable of racing, wears her knee brace, and then she races, and all of a sudden she's foolish and irresponsible and all these other things. But if this was a man, I don't think she would have been dealt with the same way.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to a couple of things. One, I agree with you in the fact that I think everybody's saying I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. Most people of the people saying that have never had a shot to do one Olympics at all, have no idea what that's like, have never been a world champion at anything, have never been at that level. And I can tell you firsthand from me, my perspective, if I'm a skier like that, and I'm not, I have skied. I know what it feels like. I have never skied at a level like that, so I don't know what that feels like. But I do know that if I had a chance to go to the Olympics, whether it was my first time, my fifth time, or whatever, and I know that I'm only out there for a certain amount of time. And even if I have pain, if I think my body can hold up and I got a good brace and the docs are saying, my coaches and doctors are saying, yeah, yeah, you should be able to do this. I'm fucking doing it,
Right.
right? And it's not a matter of if I'm going to do it. It's if how bad does it have to be to get them to stop me from doing it? Because and from what you're saying, and I didn't actually put this in there, if she probably was not experiencing pain, hell yeah, I would have done it.
Yeah.
Like it would have
A
been like
a
bandit.
full tear means instability.
Yeah,
There's actually, it would have been worse for her if it was a partial tear in
yeah,
some ways, because then there would have been pain. But a full tear, there's probably not any pain.
no. And then, we'll go back to the man woman thing later. I'm going to add a different piece to the puzzle for you here. And I'm going to go back. What if She didn't fall where she did. She crosses the line, falls across the line, or right before it, something gives out on that last downhill stretch, knee pops, whatever. She skis across the line on one ski
Hmm.
because her other leg is fallen off
Yeah.
and she wins.
Right.
What's the reaction then? Because I'm thinking back to and I cannot remember the American gymnast.
I was just looking her up. The one that did her
And it
last vault.
broke her leg on the landing, stood there
It was
long
only
enough.
broken.
Yeah, stood there long enough to get
Yeah.
credit and fell over pretty much.
Yeah.
So what happens then? It's all such perspective and bullshit. Like I just thought
Very
that
strong.
yeah, yeah, strong. I wanted to say strong, but that's actually she was a Canadian gymnast, was a strong, so strong, yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm like, that would change everything. All of a sudden, she'd be on stamps.
Right.
She'd be everybody's hero. They'd have her carrying flags. She'd be singing at the Super Bowl. But anyway, it's just
Dancing at least.
on one leg.
Yeah.
So it just that was what I thought would be interesting. I mean, just because so she crashed when she did, and obviously DNF, so it's like it just changes everything. And I think so that's my question there. If she finishes and wins and gets injured still, she's a hero, and she was she was a she was a superstar. She was a courageous monster. But
Mhm.
because she didn't win, she's foolish.
Right.
So I'm like, I just thought that was a bit of a different twist. And I haven't heard anybody else have that take before. Like, well, what happened if she actually hurt herself and won? You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
and the male women thing. I do think you're right. I do think that there's a lot of difference in the way we're perceived. Not all the time though, and maybe it's a little bit different here. But I'm thinking about this female weightlifter I saw, and this was kind of gross. But she did like a clean and dislocated her finger.
Mhm.
And mid lift, she never set the bar down. She kept it racked and then re popped her finger back in and finished the jerk on the lift. I mean,
Mhm.
that one was considered heroic, not foolish, but I think maybe that was just because it just happened midway, right? There was no preconceived injury or
Yeah. Yes.
pre-existing injury, sorry.
Yeah.
So I do think what happened. I mean, I think about you're right with all the Canadians. Like we're always when we're hurt for hockey, we're encouraged to just get back out there, even if you're hurt.
Oh yeah.
Movie, and I don't know if this actually happened, but in the movie Miracle, again, I know you've never seen it, but it's about the Miracle on Ice with the Americans beating the Russians in the Olympics. And there's a scene I can't remember what player it is, but he ended up with like he got cracked in the leg, like nasty, like could barely walk or whatever. And the coach pretty much, told him it's not broken, so it hurts. Get back out there.
Mhm.
You're fine. Like that's kind of the way it was. So I guess that would be my experience type thing when I played sports. What did you like when you were hurt with track? What was it like then? Was it get back out there or was it different?
Yeah, I had a really toxic situation when I ran track
Hmm.
um in university. And I mean I'm sure it wasn't like this across the board at every university, but the school that I was at, it was it was very much if you could run through it, you ran. Like
Hmm.
irregardless of the injury. Um and we had a team doctor and his nickname was Drugliano
Oh, Jesus.
because his last name was Cogliano. And
Nick.
basically, he would just give you whatever amount of painkiller you needed to get through the season. Um, so I dealt with chronic stress fractures, and in my third year, again, I qualified for the World University Games in cross country, which was my Algeria story in our last podcast, and I I got a stress fracture early in the indoor season that year. And I knew at this point, I'm like, yeah, it's broken again.
Just what it
And
is.
what was that?
Just what it is.
Yeah. And I had already qualified for the world championship. So I was like, I don't want to shut it down now. And I went to the team doctor and he was like, okay, we're gonna give you this. And if when this stops being able to handle the pain, we're gonna up it to this. And then we're gonna give you this for when you race.
Yeah.
And I was basically just on this increasing drug protocol to handle the pain, to get through the season and then to race at Worlds. Um, and I mean, that season I won a provincial championship. Um, just kind of, and so basically they were like, as long as you can handle the pain, we're going to keep you racing. And again, I was young and I just kind of thought this is the way we do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a not tough person mentally when it comes to pain. And I really developed a way to, I talked a lot about putting pain in a box. And I would just shut it out.
Box
Um,
of pain.
Yeah. And yeah, I ran through a lot of pain for a full season and with a broken foot and just really drugged up because again, I thought that's the way we did it. And I went to a world championship with a broken foot and in the process of being really drugged up and training through a season and racing through a season on a broken foot, I also slipped a disc in my back, which was completely masked because of all the painkillers that I was on. This could be a whole podcast,
Well, I'm
honestly.
just saying this is straight out of when we talked about before, and it'll probably come up soon because the Olympics are on, about
Mhm.
how young athletes get stuck taking performance enhancing drugs and probably not even entirely being aware of it, or if they are, just being coerced into it because that's what you do.
No, and again, I was young and I was just, you're with doctors and they're just like, this is what we'll give you and then you'll be okay. It was interesting because even at a young age, they wanted to inject it and they wanted to inject, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, I can handle the pain. I had been so
Mhm.
scared of certain things that I'm like, I don't, I said no constantly to certain things, but I'm like, but I will take these other things. And I had boundaries, which is so funny because around certain things,
They weren't
but other
great
things,
boundaries, but
I'm
they
like,
were
give me all the
boundaries.
pills. And then I ended up with a really bad stomach issues from all the pain pills. And then I ended up on pills to protect my stomach. And by the time I raced at the World Championships, I was a mess. I didn't race well in Algeria, let's just say that. And then I was really frustrated, well, beyond frustrated after the race, that I decided I was gonna quit.
Mhm.
And I dumped all the pain pills down the toilet in Algeria, which is really stupid. And then I went through drug withdrawal in a little room in Algeria, which again was, yeah, that was hard. I thought I was gonna die. This was, this
Nine
was
out of 10 people don't recommend drug withdrawal.
no, no. But again, I didn't know. I didn't know. I actually thought I was gonna die. And this was 3 days before I was held hostage in an Algerian airport. Um, so anyways, this was all I raced through something that I just thought that people did at that level of competition because nobody tried to tell me otherwise. My coaches, I was even in a walking boot for 3 weeks before the World Championships. They're like, we'll try to reduce the inflammation. You'll be in a boot. You'll do all your training on the bike, and then we'll take all these pills, and then you'll race, and everything's going to be okay. Like I just thought that's the way it went. And I was naive and very persuaded that everything was going to be okay. And as long as I was tough enough to handle the pain, then I could race. And that's just what I did.
Yeah.
So I understand why people now she's older and she's been through the system, but at the same time, um, there's a certain amount of you go through it because you
Hmm.
can, and I still race the race. Um, Now I think she was making a more responsible decision than I
I think
was
so.
by far. So, but this is my comparison where I was like, they would have never put her in a situation at 41 years old. She's raced competitively for 25 years. But I do think though, this is kind of her last kick at the can, her last Olympic Games. The Olympics is way bigger even than what I was racing at. So of course she was going to race. Of course she was. And I don't think it was irresponsible of her. And that crash would have happened whether she had an ACL or not.
So I have a bone to pick with the term irresponsible. It's just her. It's her choice. It's her. She's not injuring anybody else. If she is taking a risk, it's her own risk for her.
Hmm.
The word irresponsible, and it's not just you, it's not you throwing that word around. Other people use that word.
Yeah.
It does not fit at all. I mean, if you wanted to criticize and say it was a stupid decision, cool. But irresponsible's not the right word. Irresponsible's like, you know, leaving your kid locked in a car on a hot day. That's
Yeah.
irresponsible. Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
Or if she was playing a team sport where her injury could have harmed somebody else.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't even view it as irresponsible. It's just was it a smart move or not? And actually, and I just think it was fine. Um, Something else that entered my mind though while you're talking, and we were both talking about stories where we were just encouraged to play through, is because the internet is so prevalent now, and this is the Olympics, so it's so mainstream where everybody watches, right? It's not just athletes watching. It's not just like hardcore fans watching. It's peripheral fans. It's people who just want to wave a flag. It's which again, nothing wrong with those people watching. That's fantastic. It's great. But you're getting more opinions from people who are not athletes and who
Hmm.
are not in these situations. And maybe this is a scenario where so much of the negativity is from people who aren't athletes and don't understand the situation.
Yeah.
So they haven't been through that. They haven't had that goal or that I've worked 4 years of my life for this.
And the things that you've sacrificed to be there.
It
Like, if I can do it, I'm gonna do it.
like
Be
you could make the argument that I mean, and I'm sure I don't know if she has a family or whatever, but like anyway, you could make the argument that like when these athletes they train, their families sacrifice. It's a team. Everybody has to do so much in order to help somebody get there.
Yeah.
You could make the argument that it bordering, if you're going to use that word, irresponsible for her not to try because of what everybody else has given up and put forward to
Yeah.
help make it there.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think it's a case of a lot of people not understanding the situation, not understanding sport, not having been that part on, I mean, so few people ever at that level. Like I
Yeah.
can't understand that level, and I still know that I would feel that. Like I would have felt that for DECA for fuck's sakes. I would have been like, as long as I can go, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I had a bad ankle, I'm like, if I could tolerate the pain, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh
So I'm like, I can't. I think anybody giving her, especially calling it irresponsible, is out in left field.
yeah. Hmm.
Um, the man and woman thing, like, I'm trying to think of a situation similar with a guy where he was criticized for playing with an injury. And I'd be honest, I'm struggling to come up with anything. I can think of times where they get injured mid-game and they get that, but this is a little different. But yeah, I can't think of one where the guy went in and then received flack for it.
Yeah. I know.
Other other than, hey, that was courageous. Even if it didn't work out, it's like, hey, that was courageous, great effort. It's amazing what you did considering the situation. Actually, that actually I think happens a lot. So maybe that does prove the point a bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, anyway, get off her back.
Hmm.
Her leg's sore enough.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like she doesn't need to deal with this.
So yeah, I mean, anyway, I thought it's very interesting. I think it's an interesting topic if the sexes were if it was a different sex, if it would matter. And yeah, I mean, I gotta agree with you. I think you're right. So hopefully we get to a spot. And it's funny that that comes up when last week I was saying how happy am to be a part of a sport that does seem to treat men and women fairly evenly, you know.
Skiing?
No, our sport.
Oh, our sport,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, because last week, we're like, well, there's the other thing, dude, and I know there's more to it than just we don't let it happen because it's women, but the Nordic combined, I think it's called,
Yes.
where what is it? Is ski jumping and cross country skiing? Is that what it is? By the way,
So it was a four-person team, two men, two
mhm.
women, and they cut the women out of it.
I
But I
thought it,
don't know what it actually is.
I think
I didn't have time enough to
yeah,
look.
I think it's, and again, yell at me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Nordic skiing and uh, ski jumping combined, almost like some kind of you
And
don't
there
do
was a
it.
technical aspect to it where they felt like women couldn't handle it.
Well, what I heard was there wasn't enough competitors.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know the story. I don't know if that's bullshit or not. I do know there are some very strange Olympic sports that we have people who can't swim end up swimming in a swimming race. So I find that a little odd. We have a lot of very bizarre sports that only weird nations play. I mean, how many nations were playing curling when it first started? I don't think that many. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm sure that there was a lot of these sports where they were not populated by a ton of nations and have become so. I
Well, the Olympics, the Winter Olympics in general, though, is very much a wealthy
oh
Olympics.
yes, yes, it's the rich Olympics.
Yeah.
Like there's no cheap sport. Winter sports aren't cheap.
No.
Like can we come up with anything that's cheap in winter
I'm
sports?
trying to, as I'm thinking about it right now.
Um, like mm,
All skiing, snowboarding sports are expensive. You have to live places that are expensive.
all skating sports are expensive.
Yeah. Hockey, skating, figure skating.
Any of the sledding, bobsled, luge, skeleton, just sheer track time is ridiculously expensive. Or is it what you call it track? I think it's track. Anyway, just sheer
Mhm.
time for practice time is incredibly expensive. And trust me, those bobsleds are not cheap.
Uh-huh.
Um, I was thinking like cross country skiing, but no, those things are not cheap. That might be one of the cheaper ones, but it's still not cheap. Figure skating, don't even get started.
No way.
Don't
I
get
thought
started.
hockey was expensive.
Bloody outfits alone.
I know. My daughter did a couple years of figure skating.
Hello, this is my Louis Vuitton figure skating outfit.
Everything was expensive.
Costs more than my
I was
car.
five.
Yeah, 5 years old. Outfits more than the car.
What?
So, yeah, we got nothing. Curling might be the cheapest one.
I have no reference of how expensive it is.
Curling is not that expensive. So,
I don't know.
yeah,
I do have a client that competed at the World Championships. I should ask her.
yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna say that I'm putting that out there as my guess at the cheapest sport in.
Well, it used to be again a rich man's sport. Like
Yeah,
the curling clubs of
yeah,
Canada were for the ultra elite.
yeah.
So
Now they're for drunk people who play baseball in the summer. No shade. It's okay. That's fun.
it is what it is. I don't know.
So, yeah, anyway, so yeah, what was the point of bringing up how expensive the Olympics was? I don't really know. That was,
Um, we were saying,
oh, okay, with the Nordic skiing, not the women's Nordic skiing. Here's my
oh,
thought.
enough.
I would have thought at this day and age, if you bring in a sport for men, you would just automatically put it in there for women. And if not enough countries come out or whatever, who cares? Just if you got three of them, fantastic. And all that'll do is if three countries win medals and they're like, these people weren't very good, it's going to inspire the other countries to take it up and go, hey, wait a minute, next 4 years down the road, we got some people who could win medals there.
Yeah.
And it's a self-solving problem.
Yeah. I saw this is the first year where women and men race the same distances in cross country skiing. So, and this is something else too. We have to realize that we're still not caught up
Mhm.
especially in the Olympics. when it comes to equality with men and women. It was still in my lifetime that women were allowed to race the marathon in the Olympics.
Weren't you mean?
Like they started in my lifetime.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, there was a time in your lifetime where they were not allowed to race it.
Yes, exactly. So we're still catching up. And this is the first Winter Olympics when men and women race the same distances in cross country skiing. So it's still a little bit behind on
Mhm.
equality with men and women. Um, so there's still a ways to go here. There's so much deep history and politics in the Olympics. And I know people love to say, keep politics out of sport, but the Olympics is so political.
Yeah, it's massively political.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like I said, I would think at this time we're I don't want to use the word enlightened, but logical enough to just be like sport, right? Here you go, men, women, whatever. Let's get in there. Let's go.
No,
Right.
sport at its highest level is always political, but very cool. We were talking about how if you lived in the Southern Hemisphere, it would be really smart for you to figure out how to cross country ski
Oh yeah. Well,
because,
Jamaican bobsled team, baby.
right, there's not many Southern Hemisphere countries that are in the Winter Olympics. And this year, we had our first Haitian cross country skier. Did you see that?
I did see. I know that they had them. I haven't seen them perform though. So
Yeah, the first time. So I thought that was pretty cool.
that is pretty awesome. Yeah, I've definitely like, and we know that a lot of Canadians will go to other countries to play hockey for them.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
have
that
I
happens a
have
lot.
friends that went to other countries to play hockey.
And again, hey, how many Jamaican sprinters do we have from Canada? So it's a thing. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I wonder. I mean, somebody asked, I saw this, what Olympic sport do you think if you had 4 years and unlimited funding for, you could not come last in? And one, I actually say zero. Um,
Really?
I don't think there's a sport with 4 years of training. Now, maybe me at my peak physical potential. I mean, honestly, to be honest, it would just because of the experience I had would probably be horseback riding. Would be 3 day eventing because
Mm.
let's be honest, most of it's the horse. Yep.
Yeah, so I was actually thinking that for me though, because I'm small, it would make sense for me to be a jockey.
I don't think you're small enough.
I could be smaller.
You could be small.
Try me.
No, yeah, I'd like, but as far as like because they last people and they're like, oh, this, and I'm like, honestly, I don't think people have any idea how good the last place person at the Olympics is.
Oh, yes.
You can't even fathom how
Yeah.
good they are, and in every sport,
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe you could get away with something like a luge or a bobsled if you just successfully got down the track because somebody else might not, and then you automatically get a default not last place.
Yeah, I think though with these some of these sledding sports though, I think people are quite ignorant
Oh yeah.
of what it takes. I do have a client whose sister-in-law is at the Olympics right now for bobsled, and we've talked a lot about it, and I think there's a lot of ignorance around some of the sledding sports.
Talk about pure explosiveness off those
Like
starts
the
and
power that you have to have in those
unbelievable.
5 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And to me, it's a sport I would love to try. I would love to try it. I don't think I could ever beat it, but just to try it, I'd love to try that.
Oh man, I'm way too chicken to do
Oh no, no. I'd try skeleton. I'm like, what the hell? Because once I'm going, I'm like, well, it's too late now.
that. I'm in
A
it.
minute, let's deal with it. And I'm not a very nervous dude, right? Like I don't have a lot of anxiety. I don't get scared of a lot of stuff. So I'm like, I think I could.
Maybe that's your sport then.
Oh yeah. I'm aerodynamic. So I
Yeah,
would
you
love
are.
to try it. If
Yeah.
if there was a way that was convenient stuff, who knows, maybe I'll put that on my bucket list to go try one of these things because I would love to. I think they're exciting to watch, and you're talking like down to thousandths of a second.
Okay, you know what I'm really good at?
Oh God, no.
Which I actually, now that you say it, I think this maybe would be my sport. So I think I'd be a really good curler. So I I'm on the bench for my son's hockey team.
Okay,
And we have this tradition, the four of us, and who are on the bench, the three coaches and me, and we take four pucks and we slide them out, and the person that gets closest to the red circle,
okay,
the face-off circle outside the blues, outside of the blue line,
yeah.
wins. And we've done it all season. I win a lot. I
Mm.
am very good at sliding the puck and getting into the circle. And so I'm like, this is the closest thing to curling. I think I would be really good at it.
There you go. There. Have you ever done curling?
No, never.
Okay, it's actually pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Oh, I bet it would be.
It really is.
But,
It's a good fun time. I did actually did it when I was a kid. It was like I was like 12 or 11 or something like,
mhm,
and it was
mhm,
fun. It was a good time. I had my
yeah.
own broom.
Okay. I actually don't think my personality would do well with it because I think I need something a little bit more intense, but
There's a lot of yelling, Bethany. You'd be fine.
yeah,
A lot of yelling.
you're
Great,
traumatized by
great
my
deal of
yelling.
yelling. So, oh, that'd be fun. No, yeah. All right, we're gonna go, Beth. We're gonna go curling, and we're gonna go bobsledding or skeleton or luging. That's a new OFX bucket
Okay,
list
you
for.
are gonna do skeleton. I'm gonna do. Okay, I will try curling this year.
Did you see what happened with the American bobsledders? I think it was the Americans. Like, so it's four-man bobsled. Three of them fell out right off the start. So dude had to
Oh.
go down all on his own. And I don't know if you know how they work, but the guy in the front cannot control the brakes. So he had to steer this way down, which is a
Oh my
very,
God.
very fine touching thing. And then he had to like kind of shuffle his way back to get to the
Oh my
brakes.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
But he made it, he made it. But yeah, it was funny. Bobsled start is again, like I said, raw power and chaos.
Yeah.
Like this organized chaos of incredible power. And the three of them just kind of didn't get in the sled right and fell out.
Oh my gosh. I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure. Like I haven't watched the whole thing, but I'm not even sure how long it took for Buddy to realize he was the only one in there.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, all right, goals, skeleton.
Okay, you have to try it. You have to go to it. You have to go to Snow Hill, and
Was
you
that
have to get like a toboggan and go head first down this
Snow
and try
Hill?
to
Just
control it.
any Snow Hill?
Yes.
Oh, I've done that tons of times. That's no problem.
Then a long one, and you have to control it.
Well, I didn't say I can control shit. I don't know. Fuck that. Let nature
And
take
not
its course.
die.
Um, I would love to. I mean, it's funny because my I don't know you can do it as much anymore, but now with my son out in Calgary, I'm like they used to have that's where the Olympics were. They used to have training facilities out there, and I'm sure there's some way you can do it. I know down Lake Louise in New York, they have training spots and stuff. So
Mhm.
there was a young girl in OCR. She used to do that stuff. I can't remember her name.
Hmm.
Anyway, whatever. But it's always been something I'd like to try. I because like I got some decent power off the start. Um, and like skeleton and stuff, or even luge. Like luge is just the arm power and stuff like that. Like you're not. So I don't know. I'd like to try them all.
Mhm.
Not too keen on the outfits though. That's a bit much.
All spandex.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I've done it
Mhm.
before. Horseback riding, having to wear riding breeches and stuff like that. As a 13
Mhm.
year old boy, that's very. You got to be confident.
Yeah.
All
Mm.
right. I wanted to say. So I just wanted to talk about my workouts, and I kept going on about how much fun I've been having training and everything. And one of the things with my training, because I don't think we talk about training enough, Beth.
No.
We really don't. Like the amount of knowledge, especially you have, we do not talk about training that much. Apparently, you know something about it. But
I do.
But I've been doing like the my anything can happen Saturdays, which I am a firm believer there is something that's really helped me lately because it's just I look forward to it so much. It's just fun, and I just find something fun and
Hmm.
enjoy it. And so this one I did the Metcon portion of ethics, and I did the pro weights, which was I thought was going to take me about 15 to 16 minutes. It took me 19, 20 around there.
Hmm.
It hit harder than I thought, and like the weights weren't super heavy. So basically, 45 cal on the ski, right? So 45 cal on the ski, 30 ground to overhead with two 50-pound dumbbells, um, 30-meter heavy sandbag carry, 150-pound sandbag, 30 box jumps at 30 inches, um, 30-meter walking lunges with two 50-pound dumbbells in the rack position, and a 30-meter burpee broad jump, and then another 45 cal on the ski.
Ooh,
Yeah, and
I
again,
like
now
it.
it's pretty good. The only thing I would really like to change on it is for the sandbag carry, you just go 30 meters. I'd like to make people drop it every 7.5 meters, right? So the way I set it up, I had to do a 7.5 meter down and back twice, right? So 15 back. I would have had it like so you drop and repick it every 7.5 meters. So you do four picks of that weight instead of just one and carrying it. Because I mean, it was heavy, but I only had to lift it once,
But
right?
once you get it up,
Yeah,
you got it. Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't a big deal. So that's why I would add to that. But other than that, it was pretty good. I mean, you know, it was a good workout. It hit hard. It hit me harder than I thought. Even the ground to overheads right after the ski. It was kind of like going
Yeah.
from one hinge into the other direction of a hinge, and
The
it was like
reverse. Yeah.
very weird.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I like it. So if you're looking for one, try that. It wasn't too hard to set up.
So then the women's weight was it 35-pound dumbbells?
I think yeah, I can look it up quick. So the women's weights were, I think you're right. Usually because men's it's always like that. It's 35 pounds.
So, and you had a 150-pound sandbag.
Yes, I did at Cole's gym.
Oh, okay.
So they actually have a 200-pound one.
Mm.
I haven't tried it yet. I don't think I can do it. Like I would pick it up, but I don't think I can get it on my shoulder.
Hmm.
Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? At the games. All right. Events. Sorry. By the way, I'm really liking the ethics thing. I think it's a very good test of fitness as far as these races go. Okay. So women's 30 cal ski instead of 45.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm telling you these are the pro weights because there's also what they call an ethics division, which is lower scaled. Um, so double. So again, like when I said it was the ground to overhead, that's two dumbbells at the same time. Women's, you are looking at 15 kilograms. So I think it's 35 pounds, right? That sandbag carry. Oh, see, this one's 40 kg. So it's just under 90 pounds.
Okay.
I think,
Okay.
I think it should have been 100 myself. If you've
Yeah,
got to hit
round
100,
it out.
yeah, yeah. Box jump overs, 24 inch. Lame.
Easy
Um,
peasy.
the walking lunges, so you'll have two 35s. So but you have to rack them. So 75 pounds dumbbells in the rack position for the 30 meters. Then burpee
Okay.
broad jumps and then another 30 cal ski. I think the women's is easy.
I like that. I
Yeah,
could do that.
I think you could. Absolutely. I mean,
Mm.
that sandbag's going to be heavy for you, but it's only one pick,
Yeah. Oh,
right?
yeah. But I mean, well, I would have to use, we have a 100-pound
Yeah,
ball for Atlas, so I'd have to use that.
yeah. Have you? Yeah, and I'm sure you've picked that before.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm sure it's heavy, but I know you can do it.
Yeah, like I can do it. I don't enjoy it, but I can do it.
I'm sure your brother could give you some tips on that too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought, as far as my anything that happened Saturday, that was a lot of fun. That was a really good one.
Mhm.
Um, Next week I will be doing. I don't know what I'll be doing for Saturday because yeah, I guess I'll do Saturday. Monday we're down at that High Rock Strong in Kitchener,
Oh, yeah.
and we got the relay. So. so I don't know what I'll do
I'm
on.
looking forward to hearing about that. I have some clients going.
Oh, do you? They put on a good event.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a really good time. We're like I said, we're doing I think it's part of the charity thing, so we're part of the Farm Girl team.
Hmm.
I drew the short straw. I have to do the wall balls, which is funny because it's the worst zone for me in High Rocks. Every other zone for me is like, yeah, no problem. Wall balls, I fucking hate them. And do you know why? This is the dumbest reason why. It's not the squats.
It hurts your neck.
Well, that's part. I can't hit a goddamn target.
Oh, your aim.
My aim is so shit. Well, when I did the last High Rocks, I had 22 no reps, all for missing the target.
Oh man.
So I'm like, I don't know, but just can't hit a target. So yes, I have sled pull, which I'm like, open weight sled pull, no
Oh
problem.
yeah.
That's a
Mhm.
walk in the park. And then, but then, yeah, then the wall balls. I'm like, crap. Probably gonna have to do like 190 of them.
Open weight.
Yeah, it's open weight, which is good, that makes it easier.
Mm.
So that's why, like, I know I'll miss a bunch, but maybe I'll get a kind judge and they won't call
Dave.
it. I'll call it. I did it.
Yeah.
I did it. At, um, oh my God, holistic at Fetchick's gym, at Maria Fetchick's and Mike Fetchick's gym. I did when I missed a wall ball there and he didn't call it. I went, that's a no rep, bud.
Mhm.
He's like, okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's it. Did you do any cool workouts this week? How'd
No, I ran 19.5K on a treadmill.
What'd you watch?
Okay, I finally finished my show that I've been binge watching.
Which one's that? I didn't know Bethany binged watch anything.
No, I don't. Because again, we got this new treadmill where I can watch TV.
Hmm.
So I've I've never like, been into shows. So I started watching The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Oh, I've heard of that.
And the reason I did was because I bought my daughter the book and then I was told she should probably wait and then I needed to understand why. So then I started watching the show and I got a little bit addicted and then I refused to let myself watch the show unless I was on the treadmill.
Hmm.
So I finished it all in my long run on Sunday. So now I need a new show to binge watch on the treadmill. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. But these like teenage shows are really addictive.
That,
And it was actually really frustrating to watch. So if anyone has any opinions on this show, I want to hear it because it's super
what
frustrating.
if you went way back and like did like Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Oh, I should probably watch like the shows from my era
Yeah.
because then I would probably be like caught up on why people are the way they are.
I
That's
think that
so true.
that's going to be my suggestion
Or
for
like 90210 or like
yeah,
Saved by
True
the
Blood.
Bell. The shows that I was never allowed to watch.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you ready for this is my guilty pleasure that I do. And so I spend a lot of time on the bike now, just
Mhm.
pedaling away and I watch wrestling.
Like WWE.
Yep, yep, yep. Yep. The ultimate male soap opera.
Oh man.
And I was a wrestling geek as a kid, liked it as a kid, didn't watch, and then watched actually what made us watch it as an adult is we went to high school with a couple of guys that made it
Mm-mm.
and got really big. And then so yeah, I dabble, but I can only watch it with my headset on because the dog is scared of the ring bell. And if the ring bell goes off, the dog goes and hides and cowers and shakes.
Oh.
So I'm not allowed to watch it otherwise. So yes, that's my guilty pleasure and they're long. They're like 3 hours long, right? So you can
Oh.
really hang on there.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get a Concept 2 bike this summer.
Mm.
Put it at the trailer and just, binge everything
Yeah.
because it's been good. I love it. Like it's just great. The assault bike's good, but it's not as comfortable as the Concept because the Concept you can rest on your arms a bit, you can move around a bit more, whereas the assault bike you are so locked into that position
Yeah.
that you really can't do much to adjust to make a longer ride more tolerable.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. You got any sales and fails for this today?
Um, I mean, not really. My sales though, like I love the Olympics. I'm such an Olympic nerd and I I just find I'm so patriotic during the Olympics. And but I feel so proud of Canadians. Like we're just so awesome. So we won two bronze medals. There's not a lot of medals that have been given out yet. And we had a lady who it was her she's 35, her fifth Olympics again, I think, and she won a bronze. And I watched the videos and I just like instant tears. I just love so much just knowing like how much people have given up and see them like fulfill their dreams and stuff. So I yeah, just watching all of the proud Canadian moments from the Olympics just it gets me. So I've just been loving, again, watching the Olympics and just feeling so patriotic. And we spent the weekend out on a pond, and I'm like, there's nothing more Canadian than playing, like shooting pucks out on a pond in, the middle of a field, and just, yeah, just loving all of the Canadian and winter hockey stuff right now. Hockey, well, winter sports in general.
When I was a kid and we lived in Nova Scotia, we had 18 acres and then just out in the middle of the woods. And I looked at this probably like 3 days ago. There was a pond in the kind of in the middle of the woods and it had like rock almost all the way around it. And it was just unbelievably beautiful. So I looked it on Google Earth just to
Hmm.
see if I had remembered everything right, like where's and so I found it and everything like that. And I remember trudging through the woods in
Hmm.
like our big Sorel boots, carrying our skates to get to this pond with our shovels to
Yeah.
shovel off the pond and then skate out there just for my brother to hammer me around into rocks. But
Hmm.
it was just classic Canadiana.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
I posted the video of how we did the Zamboni clearing the
I
ice.
saw that. That was
And
creative.
my Instagram inbox became the most Canadian thing you could ever imagine. Everybody was like, "Oh, when I was growing up, my dad, they had this hose and they poked holes
Yeah.
in it and they had the garbage bins that filled up with warm and like everyone, it was so Canadian. My Instagram inbox and it was like all the warm fuzzies of like childhood memories
Yeah.
of how they cleared off the ice for their backyard ponds and it was so funny.
I think that's perfect. It is good. I haven't been able to watch a lot of the Olympics. I'm trying to catch up.
Mhm.
Um, so I want to, it's just so hard, right? It's so sporadic. I
Yeah.
really hope I can tune in well when the hockey gets going. I know the
Mhm.
women's hockey's going right now.
Mhm.
From what I've seen, they're doing quite well.
Yeah, the women are doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be Canada, USA, and the gold because that's what we do, and we'll see what happens there. Um, for the men's team, I do like they named Sidney Crosby the captain again.
Yeah.
I've always been a Sid fan. I know a lot of people
Yeah.
aren't or haven't been, and I love Connor McDavid too. But I think, and if there's any Leaf fans watching, I'm sorry, but I think he's going to be a way better captain than Austin Matthews is for the States. Just saying. So we'll go from
Mhm.
there. So my fail for this week, and we kind of touched on it earlier, and I'll say this, and I'm sure it happens again. Um, but anyone complaining about the winter and when it's minus 20 and minus 25, if you don't work outside and you're talking to someone who works outside, shut the fuck up. Have no idea.
I know.
No idea what it's like to be out there and freezing and then the wind chills up and then you have to take off your gloves to put on 3/8 nuts that are teeny tiny and small and you have like seconds before your hands freeze up again and you got to get them in the glove and then the glove's colder than the outside now because your hand wasn't in it. You have no fucking idea. So just go in your office and shut the fuck up.
In your preheated car.
Your preheated car, heated steering wheel, while I'm out there with steel frigging studs and nuts and pipes. Like literally the concrete ground is freezing through my boots. Just shut up and go away. That's my fail for the week.
Uh-huh. That's fair.
That yeah, I don't care if it's fair.
Yeah. When I have to punch in the code at my gym, and I have to take my mitt off, and like hoping I don't mess it up so I don't have to do it twice. I'm
Oh
thinking about
shit.
you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Dave would punch me in the head right now.
Shut the fuck up.
Stop. Start pushing you and making you do it wrong, so you have to do it over. That's it. Last
Oh,
year, and I'm done. Ain't doing this no more. You wouldn't believe how tired you get. Like just the amount of clothes and layers that you're wearing. So
Mhm.
like you have like 50, 60 pounds of clothes on and you're running around. You're working around all day in that climbing up and down and all around things. And then by the time you get done, like you know what it's like, right? Where your body, the colder it is, the more energy your body uses.
Yeah.
And then you get home and you're like, okay, and now I got to go work out, and I just have nothing,
Mhm.
just zero. So it's all the people, men and women that work outside. You guys are tough, tough as fucking nails. It's hard, and I've done this for 26 years now,
Yeah.
and I've had enough.
That's why Canadians are built different.
Ready to be a weather wimp. So, and my fail, you wouldn't give a shit. Most people who watch it wouldn't give a shit. But there's a new Formula One team, a new Cadillac Formula One team, and today, during the Super Bowl, by the way, don't care about Super Bowl. Um, during the Super Bowl, they revealed their new car, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I was just like, oh, beautiful, beautiful. If you're a car racing person, you can appreciate. Otherwise, nobody will care. Did you watch the Super Bowl? Did you? You know what? Can I put that as another fail? Super
Uh,
Bowl.
well, I mean, it was on the TV. I watched the first bit until the halftime show.
Did you watch the halftime show?
Yeah.
Oh, did you? I don't know. I never do. One, I didn't make it past the first quarter. I got bored and tuned out.
Yeah,
I,
the football game was pretty boring.
I,
Um,
I'm not a football guy, so
no, I'm not a football gal, but
we live for the football guy.
yeah, I watched the halftime show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
everybody making a big deal. Honestly, I couldn't have cared less. Like
Mhm.
just
It was good.
like everybody just get over yourselves. It's just a
Well, I
show.
mean, it's always a way bigger deal than it needs to
Yeah,
be
but
for
I
sure.
mean like this one was different with the political diversiveness. You know, it's just a fucking show.
Yeah. No, it was good though. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
No, that's good. That's good. I only halftime show I remember was the Janet Jackson one. So
Yeah, you would.
it stands out. By the way, totally deliberate. That was no accident.
I agree. Yeah.
100% accident. And yeah, yeah. All right. I'm good. Beth, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Um, yeah, thanks so much everyone for listening. And yeah, keep paying attention to the Olympics. We're gonna have a little bit more, I think, we'll talk about with the Olympics next week and just a little bit more of our Canadian content with everything going on there. So stay tuned for that.
And sign up for Little Loop.
Yes, and sign up for the Ultra.
There you go. Take care.